This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is
Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Welcome back. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on Wednesday, September 17th. This is podcast number 529. So let's get into today's crazy action. It was one of those days where a lot happened, but then at the end of the day, when you look back, not much happened. So we got the rate cut everyone was expecting, quarter percent or 25 basis points. Before I jump into the quantitative numbers, the SPY finished unchanged pretty much. That's right. It moved a whopping 6 points to the downside. The NASDAQ moved a little bit more, down 72 points or 0.3%. And the Dow moved 260 points to the upside, or about 0.5%. Looking at breadth numbers, we had 242 new highs versus 65 new lows, 45% advanced versus 51% declined. 43% were below the 50-day and 44% below the 200-day moving average. Looking across the board at the mega caps, mixed bag. You had NVIDIA down the most of the Mag 7, down 2.6%. I also want to point out Broadcom down 3.8%, which is not in the Mag 7, but in the same semi sector. Meta was down 0.4%. Google was down 0.6%. Tesla was up 1%. Amazon was down 1%. Apple and Microsoft did almost nothing on the session. Looking at sectors, consumer defensive led the way, up 0.8%. Then it was financials, up 0.78%. Utilities were up 0.25%, with healthcare up 0.2%. Communication services were up 0.11%, and consumer cyclical did nothing, along with energy and real estate. Real estate was up in the beginning of the session, so it sold off after the rate cut news. We'll talk about the rate cut in a second. Basic materials were down 0.25%, industrials down 0.37%, and technology down almost 0.5%. Now, what's going on? Why is, the SPY unchanged, and why is tech leading to the downside? Why did the home building stocks sell off after the rate cut news? Is it rate cuts great for housing? Here's my analysis, right? Because obviously I don't know for sure what's going on. I'm just one guy on a microphone. But the quarter percentage or 25 basis point cut was telegraphed. Everyone and their grandmother knew about it. And the news was basically a nothing burger. To be truly bullish, I think we needed that 50 basis point cut. That's just my take on it. And the other thing that's really, really important today, the thing that really stuck out like a sore thumb, was the 10-year and the 30-year yield. They moved up after the news. So initially, after the rate cut news, the 10-year and the 30-year fell fast. But then they reversed right away around like 215-ish, 220. And both the 10-year and the 30-year closed higher than prior to the rate cut news. I told you all, we have to watch now what's going to happen with the 30-year, the 10-year in the next coming days and weeks.
If you're intrigued by what you've heard today,
Yeah.
if you're ready to challenge your own assumptions and explore a new approach to investing,
Okay.
then I encourage you to check out Not Your Advisor.
Explore their website.
Listen to a few podcast episodes.
See if their philosophy resonates with you.
You might just discover a whole new way of thinking about investing.
One that empowers you to achieve your financial goals.
And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So until next time,
Yeah.
keep learning, keep questioning, and keep diving deeper